Satya Statistics Concepts welcomes you. Hi, myself Satish Kumar. In this tutorial, I am going to provide brief introduction to statistics. This covers about data, variable, statistics, analysis or analytics, data analysis and measurement levels of data. First, let's define data and variable. Data can be defined as a set of raw values or facts collected for reference or analysis. Or we can also define it as set of values for qualitative or quantitative variables. Next is variable. It is any characteristics, number or quantity with an unknown value. It can take different values for different individuals and can be measured or counted. Examples are age in years, salary, gender, marital status, geography, temperature, etc. Next, we will discuss about statistics. Statistics is a science and branch of mathematics that deals with collection of data, organizing or tabulation of data, analysis of data, and interpretation of analyzed results. According to father of statistics, Ronald Aylmer Fisher, statistics is essentially a branch of applied mathematics and may be regarded as mathematics applied to observational data. We can also define statistics as it is a measure of facts. Statistics is applicable across various academic disciplines including natural, social sciences, government and business. Next we'll discuss key aspects of statistics in detail. First is collection of data. Gathering data through various methods like surveys, experiments or from observations are done in this section. Second is organization or tabulation of data. Collected data are usually entered in rows and columns format. Structuring and presenting this data in a meaningful way, often using tables, charts, or graphs, are done in this section. Third is analysis or analytics. Applying statistical methods to extract meaningful information and identify patterns in the data are done in this section. We can also define analytics as the discovery, interpretation, and communication of meaningful patterns in data. Or analytics is the scientific process of transforming data into insight for making better decisions. Data analysis is a multidisciplinary. There is extensive use of computer skills, mathematics, and statistics. The use of descriptive techniques and predictive models to gain valuable knowledge from data. The insights from data are used to recommend action or to guide decision making rooted in business context. Fourth or last is interpretation. It's a process of explaining the meaning and significance of results obtained from analyzed data. Till now we discussed about statistics. Next, let us explore measurement levels of data or variable levels in detail. Data or variable are mainly classified into two categories. One is qualitative or categorical. Second is quantitative or continuous. Again, each of these two categories are further classified into two subcategories. They are qualitative or categorical is subclassified as nominal and ordinal measurement levels. Quantitative or continuous is subclassified as interval and ratio measurement levels. We'll discuss about all of these measurement levels in detail. First measurement level is qualitative or categorical type of data or variable having a limited number of distinct values or categories like gender or marital status, but no meaningful metric measurement. Categorical variables can be string or alphanumeric or numeric data that use numeric codes to represent categories like 1 is equal to male and 2 is equal to female. Further, categorical or qualitative data are again subclassified as nominal and ordinal. First is nominal measurement. Categorical data can be treated as nominal when its values represent categories with no natural ranking. The only operation that can be applied to nominal variables is enumeration. Examples are colors, fruits, gender, etc. Second is ordinal measurement. Categorical data can be treated as ordinal when its value represent categories with some natural ranking. Can be compared for equality, greater or less, but not how much greater or less. Examples are scores representing degree of satisfaction, preference ratings, education levels, etc. Second measurement level is quantitative or continuous type of data or variable measured on an interval or ratio scale. where data values indicate both order of values and distance between values with meaningful metric measurement. Further, continuous or quantitative data are again subclassified as interval and ratio. First is interval measurement. Measures degree of difference between items but not ratio between items. Values of the variable are ordered as in ordinal, and additionally, differences between values are meaningful. However, the scale is not absolute nor fixed, arbitrary 0 point. Addition and subtraction are meaningful operation but not multiplication and division. For example, temperature with Celsius scale having two defined points, like freezing and boiling point of water at specific conditions, and then separated into 100 intervals. Second is ratio measurement. Measures an estimation of ratio between a magnitude of a continuous quantity and a unit magnitude of same kind. Variables with all properties of interval plus an absolute, fixed, or non-arbitrary 0 point. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division all are meaningful operations. Examples are height, weight, age, length, duration, etc. For easy understanding, measurement levels of data or variable levels and its measurement properties, mathematical operators, operations performed, central tendency, and variability are mentioned in tabular form. For measurement level nominal, measurement properties are classification and membership. For measurement level ordinal, measurement properties are comparison and label. For measurement level interval, measurement properties are difference and affinity. For measurement level ratio, measurement properties are magnitude and amount. Similarly, for measurement level nominal, mathematical operators are equal and hash or count. For measurement level ordinal, mathematical operators are greater and lesser. For measurement level interval, mathematical operators are addition and subtraction. For measurement level ratio, mathematical operators are multiplication and division. Next, for nominal, operation performed is grouping. For ordinal, operation performed is sorting. For interval, operation performed is comparison to a standard. For ratio, operation performed is ratio. Next is central tendency and variability. Details about central tendency and variability will be provided in upcoming basic statistics tutorial. Right now, overview about proper measure of central tendency and variability for each measurement levels will be explained. For nominal, proper measure of central tendency is mode. For ordinal, central tendency is median. For interval, central tendency is arithmetic mean. For ratio, central tendency measures are geometric mean and harmonic mean. Next is last column. For nominal, proper measure of variability is qualitative variation. For ordinal, variability measures are range and interquartile range. For interval, variability is deviation. For ratio, variability measures are coefficient of variation and studentized range. Finally, let's recap this tutorial introduction to statistics. We discussed about data, variable, statistics, analysis or analytics, data analysis, and measurement levels of data. Kindly watch our upcoming tutorial Basic Statistics, which covers below mentioned topics. Statisticians improve the quality of data with the design of experiments and survey sampling. Collection of data through survey method and experimental method. Types of data which are primary and secondary. Processing of data includes completeness, consistency, accuracy, and editing. Tabulation of data, measure of central tendency, measure of dispersion. For statistical analysis consultancy services and training, contact my email ID and mobile number. If you feel this tutorial useful, kindly like, comment, share, subscribe, and support to get more tutorials. Also watch other uploaded and upcoming statistics concepts tutorials in this channel. Let's meet in another tutorial. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.